Today we will start with another step of complete denture fabrication. We call it Maxillomanibular Relation Registration. So today in this session we will register the both relations, the vertical one and the horizontal one, vertical jaw relation and the horizontal jaw relation. So we should check with our armamentarium. We should have our base plate, of course, dental wax, utility wax, scraper, ruler, box plane, wax knife, micron, and also pin and caliper and lighter and our spirits lamp. Okay, so the first step we have to do, we have to check the occlusal plane in the patient's mouth according to the other planes. Okay, so the second step we have to check the lip and cheek support. We will try in the base plate, the upper one, in the patient's mouth. You can turn it off. Okay, ask the patient to relax. Then from the lateral side, we have to check the support of the lip, the support of the teeth. If you notice here, the angle between the nose and the lip, it's less than 90 degrees, so it means it's already supported. And also the teeth, on this side, they're supported. So we provided the lip support and the cheek support. Okay. Now we have to engrave or put the midline of the wax frames. This one, the midline, is supposed to be in the same line with the midline of the face. Open, please. Smile. 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 See now the midline, the wax frames with the midline of the face in the same line. Relax. Also, we have to check that there are at least half millimeter to 2 mm exposed from the wax frames whenever the patient is relaxed. Can you relax? Relax. Ask her to relax.
Relax, everybody. Relax.
Okay. If you notice how much is exposed from the wax, about 1 millimeter to half millimeter. So it's already enough according to her age. Well, don't stop. Okay. Now we'll try in the lower base plate. In her mouth. With your tongue. Almost. Be sure. It's okay. Be sure that the occlusal rim is in the same line with the corner of the mouth. Not higher, not upper. Otherwise, you will change the occlusal plane orientation. See here, it's in the same line with the lip and with the corner of the mouth, approximately. Now we'll take it out. We'll start to register the vertical jaw relation. Okay. Before we start to register the vertical jaw relations, we have to make sure that the patient is sitting in an upright position with the head supported. Then I have to put 2 points in the tip of the nose and also on the tip of the chin. Here. Why do I need these 2 points? I have to register the RVD, rest vertical dimensions of the face. How can I register this one? I can ask the patient to say long M. Ask her.
M.
Then I will register the distance between these 2 points. And also, we have another way by asking the patients to swallow, then relax. The same thing, this is one of the methods. Or we can ask the patients to open his mouth and close it repeatedly
வாய் தொண்டு மூடிக்கிட்டு இருங்க.
Okay, then relax.
Relax.
Then we can measure the distance between the 2 points. Now we have to change the occlusal plane, the anterior one and the lateral one. Relax. Okay. How we can check this one? We can use Fox plane to check the anterior and the lateral occlusal plane. As we know that the intertemporal plane is supposed to be parallel with the anterior occlusal plane, and the camber's plane that passes from the hollow of the nose to the tragus is supposed to be parallel with the lateral occlusal plane. We'll check how. Inside the patient's mouth, we have to check the intertemporal plane with the anterior occlusal plane. Supposed to be parallel to each other. You notice this one with this one, they are parallel. And also the lateral one, the plane is supposed to be parallel with the camber's plane that passes from the hollow of the nose to the tragus, from this side, and also from that side. You can come that side. Parallel. Okay. Vertical dimension of the face and the occlusal vertical dimension of the face. Okay, stop. Now we will start to register the wrist vertical dimension of the face. We have to, as we notice here, we have to point the tip of the nose and also the tip of the chin. Why? To register the wrist vertical dimension of the face. It will be helpful for us to register the vertical jaw relations. So many methods we have to ask the patient to relax his mandible in order to register this relation, wrist vertical dimension, like ask him to open and close his mouth.
வாய் தொண்டு மூடுங்க.
Relax. Then we can measure the distance, or we can ask her to say long M. Then relax. Or we can ask her to swallow. Then relax. Then we measure the distance between each other. Stop. We will use our caliper to measure the distance between the 2 points. Like now, we can ask the patients to swallow, then relax. Swallow and relax. Swallow and relax. Okay. Swallow and relax. Okay. So this is the wrist vertical dimension of the face. You can stop now. Don't record, Yani. Okay. Okay. This is the distance between the 2 points. I have to measure it. My ruler. It's approximately 65 millimeters. This is the RVD, wrist vertical dimensions of the face. So I have to deduct 2 to 4 mm from this one in order to get my vertical dimension of occlusion. This 2 to 4 mm, we call it the freeway space or the speech space or the interocclusal space. Okay? Stop. Okay, now we'll try in again the base plane in the patient's mouth with the upper. Relax, huh? Okay. Open. Put the lower one. Close. Open. Close. Okay. Relax. Now we will check the vertical dimension of occlusion. That one, it was 65 mm. So this one's supposed to be between 63 mm or till 61, right? Because we have 2 to 4 mm previously. Yes. Okay, this is the VDO, vertical dimension of occlusion. Depth check in the
It's not impacted.
so it's about 62 mm. So it's enough. Okay, this is the line with the upper occlusal rims, with the midline of the face, with the midline of the lower one, all in the same line. Now we are done from the VDO and VDR. We'll move on to register the horizontal jaw relationship. By registering what? Registering the centric relation. We will remind again, centric relation, it means the most protruded position of the mandible to the maxilla in the horizontal plane. This is the simplest definition of centric occlusion. Okay? To register the horizontal jaw relations. In order to get the horizontal jaw relation, we have to register the centric relation. Centric relation, what does it mean? It means the most posterior position of the mandible to the maxilla and horizontal plane. So in order to register this relation, here in our school we can use the physiological technique, or we call it pressureless or static technique of registering centric relation, or also we can call it neck and notch. How we can start with this one? We have to prepare a trough here in the lower base plate in the occlusal rims, 3 mm. Then also in the upper one we have to prepare the neck and notch. The neck is supposed to be in the anterior side and notch in the posterior side. Start with the trough. Three mm, also on the other side. Okay. Now I prepared the trough on both sides, right and left of the lower occlusal rims. These are the neck. Why do I need the neck? To prevent the base plate from moving from which side? To the lateral side. Now I have to prepare the notch, the posterior side. Why I'm preparing the neck and notch and the trough, I want my bite registration material to be engaged in these two places. Okay, neck, notch, neck, notch. Our bite registration material, as we know, could be the wax, but the best wax is supposed to be alu wax, but we don't have it, so we will use the utility wax. Or could be zinc oxide regional impression paste, or light body rubber based material, or like polyvinyl siloxane, or sometimes we can use impression plaster. This technique we call it pressureless technique, or physiological technique, or neck and notch technique. You can stop. Now we're applying the separating medium in the neck and notch area. Why? Because I will use the utility wax to be my bite registration material. So if I'm not using the separating medium, it would not be easy for me to deattach the both base plate together whenever I want to recheck my registration. So I'm applying the separating medium over the neck and notch, because here where the wax will engage. Okay, you can start. The upper base plate in the patient's mouth. Check again. And I have to prepare my lower base plate for bite registration. Before that, I have to train the patients to position his mandible in centric relation. So we have so many methods. We can ask him to swallow. Swallow, then ask him to close, or or open please, or we can ask the patient to open his mouth, then raise his tongue and try to touch the soft palate. You see now the mandible is already retruded. Or we can ask the patient, open please, open. Ask the patient to protrude his maxilla. It's a kind of trick. Ask here. Okay, now it's already the mandible also in the centric relation. But the easiest way, you can ask him to raise his tongue and try to touch the soft palate. Open please again. Raise your tongue. Raise your tongue. Okay. Open. Try to touch the soft palate. Okay. Now in the centric relation. Okay. Now we'll use our utility wax as a bite registration material to register the centric relation of the patient. Now I'm softening the wax. Where I have to apply this wax, I have to apply it in the trough here. See? And make it 4.5 mm high. Why? Because I want this wax to engage the nasal notch. Okay. Now I will shape. Then I have to soften the wax again. The way that I'm softening the wax. Then I will get back to the patient. It's not hot, don't worry. Oh, it's already soft. Patient's mouth. Open, huh? Open. Ask the patient to raise her tongue. Relax and close. Relax and close. 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 Close more. Yes.
Okay.
Wait till I check. Here also. You can stop now. Now we will recheck again our registration. This board, lower one. Okay. You can come closer. Jana, ask the patient to open her mouth. Raise her tongue. Try to touch. Open. Raise her tongue and close. Close now. Close. Close. Yeah. You see now? It's the same position already.
Okay.
The two midline, or the midline of the face, here on the side. Sorry. Or not you. The wax is already engaged in the notch. Without focus. The wax that was in the trough is already engaged in the notch on that side and also on the other side. And now I can take it out and remount it in the articulator. Okay. Just to show the video. Now this is our bite registration. I registered in the centric relation position. As we said, the wax is already engaged in the notch, both sides. With the midline, same line. Now it's ready to be mounted on the articulator. Thank you very much. Run. Okay, now we register our bite registration or the centric relation for complete denture patient. It's already done. Then I have to make it ready for mounting on the articulator. See now, I registered the relation. Now the same position, I will mount it on the articulator. Thank you very much.